Hey, we got a great show for you today. Choke Canyon Reservoir, probably one of the best lakes in Texas and even in the country. And I got a great friend of mine, Keith Combs, with me. Keith, I mean, it ought to be an awesome day. We got a full moon coming, January, it ought to be fun.
It should be, Clark. I mean, we've had an unseasonably warm winter, but we're dressed cold today. You know, we've had a cold front, so we're gonna have to deal with that. But, you know, last night was a warm night again. We got some 80-degree temperatures today. We're gonna catch them, right?
I mean, everything says we're gonna catch them. Thanks for joining us. This is Fishing and Hunting Texas. You know, Choke Canyon, as far as Texas lakes, is one of those lakes that I feel like is really on the rise. The thing about Choke is it's got so much cover. I mean, grass, logs, big trees, willows, sticks. I mean, there's just a little bit of everything. And so you just feel like every cast, you can catch a giant. I was just barely reeling that thing up there.
Cold.
Yeah, I mean, he's cold anyway. It's a start, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, I think a lot of males are up trying to get it done right now.
Yeah, they're starting, and we got to just see if we can figure out how to catch those bigger ones.
Yeah, they're here.
South Texas lakes, water level is such a key thing. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to catch them or not catch them, but this lake is actually up a little bit.
It is from last year. It's up about 4 foot, and you can look at the bank, and there's a lot of areas. Last year the fishing was extremely good, but there's a lot of areas that you can't even get into. That's a little problem right now with the fish pushing back to spawn. Is there's so many areas that, you know, we can't even get our boat into. It's still fishing really good, but I think that's one of the problems it's really going to work against the fishermen at this lake level.
And maybe it'll work good for the fish, though. The lake will just be, you know, the fish will have chances to spawn that, you know, maybe they normally wouldn't, totally unmolested. And
no doubt about that, because there's so much grass and so many old Weisach flats and things like that those fish are going to have a great spawn. Choke's going to be good for the next 5 or 6 years, no doubt about it.
That's good to hear, because I didn't fish here much last year. I fished here 2 years ago, and we caught the heck out of them. You said last year was unbelievable. Everything I'm hearing is great.
Yeah.
Water's up just a little bit.
No, it's, you know, from where it went to, there was a few years where it seemed like you couldn't even catch a bass in Choke, which is crazy to even imagine that, but the water had just gotten so low and the water quality had just went away. But it's came back up. It's got a lot of good habitat right now. As long as we don't get a big drought or something like that just takes all that water out of here, I think Choke's going to be the one to watch for the next few years.
That's cool. Get him out of the tree.
Hybrid hunter?
Hybrid hunter.
Hybrid hunter.
Yeah, he's a little guy too, though.
The bark was bigger than his bite.
Yeah, he was. He thought he was something. But still a bite. You gotta catch a few of those to catch a big one.
One thing about Choke is every time I've caught big ones down here, it's not like there's a school of just big ones. It's a combination. You never know what you're gonna catch.
It's almost like you got to get in an area, you find some fish, and then you're going to catch some big ones.
Yeah, you catch some big ones.
Here's one.
He's not big, but I like catching him on a buzzbait.
Well, 52-degree water temperature and getting a bite on a buzzbait, that's cool.
He feels cold, man.
I bet he does.
He didn't hit it very hard. He just kind of came up and sucked it in, but
it was a bite.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to take it as a little bit of a clue that we can't get any bites, you know, out in the channel where, you know, like if we were reading a book, we'd be thinking, hey, they're out in the creek channels.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you've had a cold front, and, you know, there has been a little bit of spawning activity already on Choke, but then we've had this major cold front. So yeah, a fisherman thinks, well, they're gonna back out and sit in that channel. You come up shallow and you're catching a few small fish. Well, where are the big ones? But man, we get out there and we can't get bit. So it might just be a grind.
May just be.
We're on Choke Canyon Reservoir with host Clark Wendlandt and pro bass angler Keith Combs. They're fishing during the tail end of a cold front, and even though this doesn't make for the most ideal conditions on Choke, that doesn't mean there aren't big fish to be found.
You got a bite. Little guy. Little bitty, but bigger ones are gonna come.
They have to. I mean, we've determined a couple things. You know, it's not like you can move out a little bit and target bigger fish. You come shallow, at least you're getting bit. The big one's gotta be here. We hit Choke at kind of a weird time because there's already been a spawn. And then we've had really our first major cold front that South Texas has had. The best way to describe the phase it's in is they're very scattered right now. You got some fish, a lot of male fish that are clinging to the beds. They're up there guarding maybe a few fry. But at the same time, those females are not staged in those typical staging places like drains or channels or, you know, road beds or long main lake points. So it's very hard to target them. You know, we scratched our heads for, you know, the entire time we were here on what do we got to do to go catch big fish.
Got him.
Got him. Frogged him up.
First frog of the year right there.
It is. It's always a good feeling.
That's always good.
This little male is
Not a big one, but I mean, I think what you said though, I mean, we keep wanting to make the big ones be out in the drain. The bucks are up shot, but yeah. I mean, they may just all be up there and we just can't.
I think there's so much. I mean, you look at Choke and you look out through, gosh, man, they could be anywhere.
Yeah.
There's so much water. I mean, you know, it is 53, so they're not biting really good. You got to cover a lot of shallow water, but if you stay shallow, you will get bit. It's just a matter of when are you going to get a big one, you know? Maybe eventually you do.
There's going to be some spawning here if there isn't.
I mean, if they had a big spawn like what they're saying, you should see some beds.
I would sure think. Those beds you can see. He came up out of there and got it.
Yeah, he did.
That's cool.
Watched him eat it.
I mean, he did. I mean, I saw the whole fish grab that thing. That's not a bad fish, really.
No, sir.
You know, Keith, as we struggle through the day, one thing that keeps impressing itself on me that I don't know if the viewer can really appreciate is when you and I go practice, go fish someplace that we've fished before or not fished before, but we're looking for fish. I mean, we're always trying to figure it out. I mean, you and I have had 10, 15 conversations today. They're doing this, they're doing that. And it's like this is what goes through our mind every time we fish.
It is. I mean, today it's really going through our mind because we're struggling out here on Choke Canyon of all places. But yeah, I mean, I think that's what keeps me coming back, you know, even the tough days is because you know how special those days are when you figure it all out and you know you got them dialed in, you know where they came from and you know where they're going. That's what makes bass fishing special to me.
Yeah, no, it does to me too. And these places like this that are vast and got so much, you know, there's so much cover and there's so many different places. I mean, we could idle out 400 yards and we're still in 3 feet. And so they literally can be anywhere. And for you and me, the coolest thing about it is trying to unlock it, trying to figure out the puzzle that's there.
Yeah.
We know how many fish are here.
We know what lives in Choke and, you know, we know what time of year it is and what should be happening. But yeah, I think that's, you know, and as tournament fishermen, we know what a bad day looks like when we go to the scales too. Somebody's always going to catch them. So yeah, you just have to always try to keep figuring them out and, you know, there's a way to catch them. I don't know what it is yet.
We don't know exactly what it is, but the whole question, you know, can we figure it out and does the day get better? And then I always kind of weigh my day based on, did what I figure out today help me catch more tomorrow? And so, you know, that's how we look at tournament fishing. I mean, you know, it doesn't necessarily, practice isn't necessarily how many fish you weigh in a tournament, but did you figure something out that might help you in the tournament?
Absolutely.
That's kind of what you're looking for.
Eliminating stuff or figuring out, you know, what's going to happen when the weather changes. Yep. Yes, sir.
It's late afternoon, and while so far Clark and Keith have had a difficult time figuring out what the fish are wanting today. But it looks like Clark is about to put another piece of the puzzle together and rile these fish into a flurry.
No, maybe it ain't that big. There's a good
Nice one.
Get him in here.
Yes, sir.
So about 2 casts ago, I just had one hit the same exact plug, and I felt it, you know, I felt a little pop on it. You can see the bait right there. Hybrid hunter. Good solid fish though. We'll get back out there. See if we can get another one.
Pretty fast pace action.
That was pretty good. I got that one in.
There you go.
Golly. That's a nice one though.
Yeah. Good.
There's one.
Oh yeah.
Not very big, but
Hey, you got another one?
yeah, I got another one.
Good.
You want the same color or you don't care?
No, if you got another cool color.
I got this exact same color.
You got any more green ones?
I got this one. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably the bait that worked the very best for us was the hybrid hunter. That late flurry in the afternoon, when we got on that flurry, those fish started biting. And I was seeing a lot of them actually get it. It was a flurry like what we needed. Lots of good fish, good high quality fishing. No.
Look at you go.
You want a bigger hook?
I mean, you putting on a clinic. I ain't had a bite yet.
Well, just try it and see if it makes a difference. I got them sitting in there. We got it good. Look at these. You not buying it yet?
No.
Oh, I'm not either. I don't want to buy it, but I'm just like, well, maybe.
With Clark and Keith now fishing the exact same color of the Strike King hybrid hunter, a little theory is starting to creep up on deck that maybe hook size is playing a key factor in why Clark is catching all the fish.
I'm sorry.
Second?
I don't think so. Thing about it is I'm not going to throw it with little hooks next time.
Oh, I need to change.
I mean, I don't know what's going on, but this is crazy.
I have caught a fish on a plug before.
I mean, like you're like the best plug fisherman.
I can't get a bite.
I mean, and you
Well,
just can't-
hey, maybe I'll take them hooks, man. I mean, I want to learn about this deal. I'm putting big hooks on because I want my bait to be just like Clark's bait. He's caught like 7 fish and I haven't caught one yet. So I'm trying to put this together. I'm not sure. I mean,
and I'm not sure either.
we're not sure what the deal is, but I'm not taking no more chances.
I mean, sometimes when it's not going your way, you need it exactly.
I mean,
Same bait, same color.
we got a show to shoot, and I have been like, I haven't contributed, so I'm changing hooks because Clark's got different hooks than I do. There he is.
Good one?
No.
It's a bass, though.
Man, I'm on the board.
Yeah, on the board.
Easy, buddy. Easy, buddy. I know I hooked you, but I don't want you to hook me.
Well, it looks like that hook switch was Keith's answer. It may have taken till the end of the day to get a flurry going, but that's part of what makes bass fishing fun, figuring them out.